They thought they could silence me, bury me. But what they didn't know is I had a plan. And the FBI was watching. You're about to see how 7 days can change everything. Get ready for the most insane HOA story you've ever heard. Imagine your home, your sanctuary, suddenly becoming a battlefield. That the organization meant to protect your neighborhood turns into your worst nightmare. Sounds like fiction, right? But for me, it was the purest, cruelest reality. And the most shocking part? For every 100 homeowners in the US, 60 have had some serious conflict with their HOA. I was one of them. But I wouldn't be a victim anymore. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how I turned despair into an epic victory, how I unmasked a corruption network, and how you can protect yourself. Stay until the end, because what I'm about to reveal will blow your mind. It all started with a simple notification. A letter. But it wasn't an ordinary letter. It was a declaration of war. The HOA, or Homeowners Association, claimed my garden was out of standards, that my mailbox wasn't the approved color, and that I was disturbing the peace with, believe it or not, the birds singing in my backyard. Yes, birds. The fine. Absurd. And the threat. If I didn't pay in 7 days, they would take drastic measures. I laughed. I laughed because it was ridiculous. But the laughter died when I realized they were serious. Very serious. I tried to ignore it. But they didn't stop. Every day, a new notification. A new fine. They started monitoring my every move. My neighbors, who were once friends, started avoiding me. Fear spread. The HOA didn't just want my money, they wanted to break me. And then, the unthinkable happened. My mother, who is disabled, was chained to our own porch. Chained. For a code violation that didn't even exist. It was at that moment I knew, this wasn't about rules anymore. It was personal. And I wasn't going to let it slide. I was desperate. No one seemed to believe me. The local police. Friends with the HOA. The lawyers. They said it was a lost cause. But I didn't give up. I started investigating on my own. And what I discovered went far beyond fines and harassment. There was a pattern. Elderly people, disabled people, or those who questioned the HOA, were being forced to sell their homes for ridiculously low prices. And who was buying? A shell company, directly linked to the HOA president. Then the black car appeared. Always parked on the street. Always watching me. I thought it was the HOA. But one day, a man in a suit got out of the car. He wasn't from the HOA. He was from the FBI. And he had a proposition. The FBI had been investigating the HOA for months. They needed concrete evidence. And I was the perfect bait. Together, we devised a plan. A risky plan, but one that could expose the entire corruption network. I continued to act as if I was defeated, paying the fines, complaining, but behind the scenes, I was collecting evidence. Every email, every call, every threat from the HOA was recorded. I installed hidden cameras. And then, the FBI gave me the final piece of the puzzle, a device that would reveal the true extent of the scheme. The tables had turned. The emergency HOA meeting, where they would vote to evict me, where they thought they would have the final victory. But they didn't know I had an ace up my sleeve. I walked into the room, head held high, and started presenting my evidence. The recordings. The photos. The documents linking the HOA to the shell company. The HOA president turned pale. He tried to interrupt me, discredit me. But it was too late. And then, the door opened. And the FBI walked in. The silence in the room was deafening. The HOA president was arrested on the spot. The shell company was dismantled. And all illegal fines and evictions were annulled. My mother was unchained, not just physically, but from all the fear and oppression the HOA had imposed. The community united. Neighbors who once avoided me, now embraced me. The HOA was reformed, with new leaders elected by the community. It was a battle. A war. But we won. And the biggest victory was knowing that justice, in the end, always prevails. The truth is that the power of the community is greater than any tyranny. If you've made it this far, it's because this story touched you. Because you know that injustice exists, but that the fight is worth it. I showed you how a corrupt HOA almost destroyed my life, but how unity and truth prevailed. And now, I want to ask you something. You learned about the power of investigation, the importance of fighting for your rights, and how justice can be achieved. If this story inspired you, if you felt the anger, the hope, and the victory with me, then click the like button now. Every like is a cry for justice against tyranny. Have you ever had problems with your HOA? Or do you know someone who went through something similar? Leave your comment below. Your story could be the next one told here on the channel. Don't miss any story like this. Subscribe to the channel and activate the notification bell. Together, we will expose the truth and fight for a more just world. And most importantly, share this video with everyone you know, in neighborhood groups, on social media, with friends and family. The more people know, the stronger our voice will be. And in our next video, you won't believe what the HOA did when I tried to build a pool in my backyard. They said it was a national security threat. Yes, you heard that right. A pool. A national security threat. Stay tuned. Remember, you are not alone. We are a community of HOA survivors. Together, we are stronger. And the truth always finds its way. Until the next story.